According to Young and the Restless teasers for the 2-week period of November 16 to 27, Chloe Mitchell, Elizabeth Hendrickson, threatens Summer Newman, Hunter King, who is prepared to go. Jason Thompson's character Billy Abbott, meanwhile, becomes alarmed upon realizing that his job on the CBS serial opera is in jeopardy. Chloe Mitchell will be discussing Chelsea Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, on Gly and R next week. Of course, the topic will be Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. Without Adam in it, Chloe has a plan for Chelsea's future. Chelsea then tells Chloe Mitchell that she can't let him go, shocking her. According to Young and the Restless week spoilers, Chloe gives Chelsea a final blow. However, Chloe Mitchell will not receive the response she desires. In the second week, it appears that Chelsea and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, argue about the man they both like. Keep an eye out for those fireworks. Paul Williams, Doug Davidson, and Ray Rosales, Jordi Villasuso, are trying to figure out who shot Chance Chancellor, Donnie Bowes, who was shooting for the Newman Black Sheep Kid, according to Young and the Restless spoilers for the next 2 weeks. More evidence is gathered, and it identifies the offender. Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Billy despises Adam, and Chelsea promptly charges him with the shooting. Billy, however, fears he might be in danger when the cops arrive with that same question. When everything comes together to make Billy appear to be the shooter on Gly and R, he will want legal assistance shortly. If all goes according to plan, Chance will marry Abby Newman, Melissa Ordway, at the end of the month. Abby now hurried to inform Ashley Abbott, Eileen Davidson, of their intentions. Additionally, her mother supports the hurried wedding. However, Chance needs to discuss something with her father. Chance asks for and receives Victor Newman's, Eric Braden, blessing early in the week on Young and the Restless. As Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, lashes out at Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, over his youngest daughter's drinking, things get uncomfortable for the other Newmans. According to this week's Young and the Restless spoilers, Summer Newman receives an offer that will force her to leave Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer. It appears that Summer wants to manage J-Bot Collective, which Lauren Fenmore, Tracy E. Bregman, has purchased for her. Summer is tempted. Despite their agreement to rekindle their romance on Young and the Restless, Summer Newman will be separated from Kyle during work hours if she accepts the position. However, Summer encounters resistance since Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, is interested in the role. Is Summer Newman going to leave J-Bot? According to spoilers for the next 2 weeks, Victor wants to help his namesake son, and is concerned that Adam is still destroying himself. But Amelia Heinel's character Victoria Newman wants her younger brother to be removed from the picture. Keep in mind that she still has the disinheritance documents. Is she going to pressure him to sign? According to Young and the Restless spoilers, Victor turns to Sharon when things don't work out and begs her to assist Adam. Adam now wants to give Chelsea another chance, but if she backs off, he might not have any motivation to continue. As the shooter reveal draws nearer, see how things start to go south. According to spoilers for Young and the Restless, Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, is soon shocked to receive legal documents that challenge Dina Mergeron's, Marla Adams' will. Naturally, Tyler Johnson's character, Theo Vanderway, is the one who brought the lawsuit. He wants some of his grandmother's wealth because he is tired of being made fun of. Brittany Hodges, Lauren Woodland, returns to Young and the Restless as Theo's representative in this leave narrative. The Abbotts have never really accepted Theo as one of their own, so you can guarantee they're all in disbelief and keep shoving him away by going around in circles. The upcoming weeks will be difficult for Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, according to spoilers. She is falling for a police suspect named Billy. Also, Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, and Devin Hamilton, Brighton James, square off. Lily tries to remain composed as Alina Dawson, Brittany Sarpy, is caught between them. In the meantime, Amanda Sinclair, played by Michelle Morgan, continues to get closer to Devin on Young and the Restless. Keep an eye out for conflict there as well as between Chloe Mitchell and her closest buddy. In addition, Summer Newman, the CBS Sudzer, must make a decision that will change her life. The Young and the Restless's upcoming 2 weeks are expected to be a frenzy of treachery, heartache, and startling encounters that will have everyone talking. So grab your cappuccinos, Genoa City lovers. The drama at Newman, J-Bot, and Chancellor Winters is set to reach a fever pitch, from Summer Newman finally hitting her breaking point to Chloe Mitchell's enraged explosion, and Billy Abbott going into panic mode. Nothing remains quiet for long in this town. So let's analyze the explosive developments that will take center stage on Gly and R during the next 2 weeks. Since her marriage to Kyle Abbott collapsed, Summer Newman has been attempting, and failing, to keep her life together. Even though she has made an effort to move on, her ex's shadow still hangs over her. Summer's tolerance has run out due to Kyle's renewed relationship with Audra Charles and the growing pressures from the Abbotts and Newmans on the family. She's finished being courteous. She is done acting as like nothing is wrong. Above all, she has had enough of being undervalued. Summer doesn't hold back when Kyle brings Audra to a family gathering at society, crossing yet another boundary. You can play house with your latest fling all you want, Kyle, but stop dragging our families into your mess, she says coldly in front of everyone. Later, after a contentious private exchange, Summer informs Kyle that she is formally severing her relationship with Kyle, both professionally and emotionally. "It's time I start something that doesn't have your name on it," she says, announcing her resignation from Marchetti, the fashion brand they co-founded. J-Bot feels the shock of this move. It not only puts the firm's creative leadership in danger, but it also suggests that Summer is getting ready to take on the Abbotts and possibly launch her own company. Ever the proud mother, Phyllis encourages her daughter's choice, but cautions, "You're entering a combat zone, my love." When threatened, the Abbotts don't play nice. Summer's response is straightforward and cool. Chloe Mitchell's life is collapsing in the meantime, and she's going to tell Genoa City as much. Chloe has been witnessing her best friend make the same mistakes over and over again, ever since Sally Spectra started to re-enter Adam's orbit. She begs Sally to maintain her attention on their design firm, but Sally's heart continues luring her back to the guy who has repeatedly harmed her. Chloe loses it when she sees Sally slinking off to Crimson Lights to meet Adam. The next exchange is blazing hot. "You are wasting all of our hard-earned money. Once more. Before you quit touching the flame, how many times must you get burned?" Sally, attempting to maintain her composure, maintains that her relationship with Adam is about closure rather than passion. For a moment though, Chloe doesn't believe it. She charges Sally of undermining her personal advancement, their friendship, and their business. When Chloe shockingly decides to end the collaboration, the tension between the two erupts. "Sally, I can't stand to watch you ruin yourself. I'm finished." The realization that she has alienated the one person who has always supported her leaves Sally reeling. Later that evening though, her expression softens when she notices a missed call from Adam on her phone. Perhaps Chloe is correct. Perhaps she is about to experience yet another heartbreak. However, she is unable to stop herself. Billy Abbott is rapidly losing his power, while Summer and Chloe are regaining it. His position at Chancellor Winters is under jeopardy. In an effort to regain Devon's trust, Lily Winters is growing impatient with Billy's snap judgments and evasive actions. However, the true issue is emotional rather than corporate. Billy has been concealing from everyone his mounting guilt at the consequences of Tucker McCall's most recent plots. Billy has been playing dirty ever since his mother, Jill, pushed him to outsmart Tucker, and it's finally getting to him. Devon approaches Billy directly after finding inconsistencies in the company's financial records. The argument quickly becomes ugly. "Devon, once more, you've been engaging in backroom transactions in my business." "Billy, I took the necessary actions to safeguard our interests." "Devon, we all have to clean up after you did what you wanted." Billy gets shaken up after the battle. He later confides in Chelsea, who recognizes the dread that lies beneath his bluster. "Billy, you're reverting to your old habits," she cautions him. "This time, you're gambling with more than just cash." She is correct. Billy's anxiety turns into paranoia. He begins to think Tucker is playing tricks on him and giving him misleading information to undermine his reputation. Billy is crumbling under the strain, whether that is real or not. Summer officially leaves Marchetti during the second week, and J-Bot is devastated by the consequences. The ensuing battle in the boardroom is vicious. No one believes Diane's attempt to portray Summer's departure as a creative divergence. Jack, enraged that his personal drama is now endangering the company's reputation, calls an urgent meeting. However, Kyle is more focused on damage control, or more accurately, damage denial, than Jack is on business. By claiming that they can collaborate for the sake of professionalism, he attempts to persuade Summer to stay. Phyllis, meantime, sees a chance. She recommends that Summer take use of this opportunity to relaunch Phyllis Designs, the fashion brand she had long envisioned owning. A possible new kingdom starts to take shape as the mother and daughter begin to draw ideas together. A Newman versus Abbott fashion war like Genoa City has never witnessed could break out if this plan succeeds. Chloe's anger doesn't lessen. On the contrary, it grows. In addition to Sally, she feels deceived by the ongoing trend of men bringing talented women down. Chelsea tries to mediate the situation after she vents to her, but Chloe's resentment is deep. She insists, "Why do we always wind up cleaning up after the men around here? Billy destroys your life, Adam blows up Sally's, and we're left to pick up the pieces." Chelsea gives a somber nod, but Chloe isn't seeking pity. She wants action. Determined to show that she can accomplish without anyone else's help, she immerses herself in her own design work. But there will be a twist. After noticing Chloe's independent designs, Lauren Fenmore offers her a position in Fenmore's fashion division. Chloe has been waiting for this opportunity, but it also puts her in direct rivalry with Sally. This could be the last test for the friendship that once endured everything. Billy's worry evolves into full-blown self-destruction during the second week. When Jill criticizes Chancellor Winters for his reckless judgment, the tensions in the boardroom rise. Billy maintains that Tucker is manipulating him behind the scenes and that he is being set up. However, it appears that no one still believes him. "You're burning bridges faster than we can rebuild them," Lily says, exasperated. The confrontation between Tucker and Billy is dramatic when it finally happens. "Billy, you don't see what you're doing, do you? You're tricking me." Tucker, smirking. "Maybe it's not me that's the issue, Billy boy, if you're this paranoid. Perhaps the mirror is to blame." Billy becomes quite anxious after the encounter. He begins drinking once more, one glass at a time, and before long, it's obvious that he's reverting to his previous behaviors. At the jazz lounge, Chelsea discovers him with his eyes hazy and a glass in his hand. Whispering, "You promised you'd never go back there," she removes the drink. Billy's response is devastating. It serves as a terrifying reminder that Billy Abbott is a guy tormented by his own darkest tendencies beneath the swagger. Rumor has it that Victor Newman has been surreptitiously observing the mayhem. Would the moustache view Summer's aspirations in fashion as a fresh opportunity to grow Newman Media? If true, it would force the Abbotts and Newmans into yet another high-stakes conflict, this time over family loyalty and creative vision rather than business shares. One of the Young and the Restless's classic cliffhangers occurs as the 2 weeks come to an end. Following a long day of planning with Phyllis, Summer gets the following anonymous text. The camera cuts to a shadowy man across the street observing her when she looks around, clearly disturbed. Billy awakens in his office at the same moment, confused and unable to recall how he got there. There is an enigmatic document on his desk that is signed TM, Tucker McCall, maybe? And Chloe is grinning happily at her new designs over at Fenmore's until Sally calls.